Joining me today, I am speaking with a man who is fighting Tarik Khbabez at Glory Collision 5 on June 17th. Looking to defend his title, he is the Glory Kickboxing Light Heavyweight World Champion, Donegi Abena. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. I'm very good. How are you?
You know me, I'm hanging out, doing the job, the usual stuff. So I knew you before you won the championship. I know you after that you won the championship. You seem to carry yourself different as a world champion. The way you talk, the way you walk, the way you train and post. Life is different as a world champion. Tell me a little bit more about these changes.
It is. It is. I'm coming from the type of thing that nobody looked at you. You feel me? Nobody looking at you. Nobody's caring about you. So you can do whatever you want. But all of a sudden you become a world champion and all the eyes are on you. So you have to behave more professionally. You have to carry yourself way different than before because these days, through social media and things, people like to judge everybody without knowing them. And you should not get in that way, you feel me? So you should just do whatever you do as a champion and behave correctly and move nice, and that's it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And life is good as a world championship, as a world champion, excuse me. And now I'm putting your name along names such as Remy Bonyaski, Ernesto Hoost, Alanka Elmont. How does it sound being compared to the other all-time great Surinamese Dutch kickboxers?
Yes, it feels very good because this we the Suriname people, we have dominated the game for years and we're still dominating it, since the 1990s, if I'm right. Till this day, we are dominating. So it feels good that my name can be added to that list right now. It feels very, very good.
Absolutely. And you were visiting you did a tour of Suriname earlier this year. How did it feel taking the belt to all the schools and everything like that?
Oh, it felt very good. And the children, they really liked it. They enjoyed it, just seeing a champion there. And I hope that I've given them something for the future to look at it like, oh, he became world champion. Maybe I can become world champion. You feel me? You have to give something to the youth to look up to. And I hope so. I hope that I can fight the next world champion in Suriname. I hope it. I really, really hope it.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You're doing big things. And you were working with Alanka Elmont and her foundation as well. I know I saw the photos there. Can you tell us a little bit more about what the work that you were doing and the work of the foundation?
Yes, the foundation is making sure that children with a mental disability can work out because in the Suriname there's not much for people with disabilities. So she's doing every 2 or 3 months, she's doing a sport day, let me say it like that, for children with a disability to train. And every time when she has a day for the children, she brings a famous person with her to work out to the children. And this time I was the lucky one.
Absolutely awesome. And it's great to see, and it's a great foundation to work with. But let's get into the fight game. Let's get to the nitty gritty of it. You beat up Sergey Masterboy. It was a great fight. And then as soon as the fight ended, and I want to ask you this because I work with people who do pound for pound rankings. I work with Beyond Kickboxing and I work with Combat Press. You called out pound for pound lists. So I'm going to send a message to them. And I'll pass on the message from you. Tell them, what do you want to tell these people who are making pound for pound lists right now?
Right now, I'm the number one because Fakitov, he went to MMA as well. So then who's the top dog? I think I'm the top dog, because Glory is the most prestigious belt in kickboxing. So how am I not number one? How's the Glory champ not the number one of the world?
Man, don't ask me. But yeah, Vakitov has switched to MMA. I mean, you fought him a few years ago. You were a baby back then, though. Things are different now. Things are so different now. You're not the same fighter you were even just 2 years ago.
No, way, way different, especially with Said and Mikey. We changed up my game and I'm fighting different right now. I'm more mature. I'm mentally more mature, and I'm feeling like I think it's physically also more mature. I'm still not there yet, but it's coming. It's coming. Give me a couple of years when I'm like around 30, and I will be at my prime. So those guys were lucky.
Man, absolutely awesome. And we're going to see it being put all together June 17th, Glory Collision 5. You're going to be fighting Tarik Khbabez. What do you make of the matchup? What do you predict in it?
Oh, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. You know, I like Tarik. He's a good fighter to look at, but to be honest, he's not that smart. He just literally fights. And the last time he fought, he knocked out the granddad or something. I don't know where he came from. Was a
Yeah.
nice knockout, but I'm not like that old man. I'm a way different than that old guy. You know, I fight way different, and I'm not coming in on 1 week notice or something. You know, I had a good camp. I am more complete than Tarik is. You know, I only got the reach advantage, so this is gonna be mine. It's gonna be mine regardless.
Absolutely. No, he's tough as nails. He puts his head down. He throws huge combinations, and he's able to take a shot. What is your prediction for the end of this fight?
Yes, I think it's gonna be a KO. That's what I'm aiming for. Of course, I'm always aiming for the knockout, and he throws his head down. He swims, so I have to take care of that. You know, I have to use that in my own game plan to dismantle him. And I see some things that he does where I can take advantage of, and then we go from there. Because before the last fight, he lost a couple of fights back to back, and let's see how that shaped him mentally. I want to see if he's mentally and physically ready to go to war. Let's
Man,
see.
absolutely. We're ready for it. We're ready for a banger. We're ready for an exciting fight. When do you want to get back in there? So let's say you knock out Tarik. Do you have someone in mind? Do you have a date in mind? Do you want to be back before the end of the year to defend the title?
Yes. After this fight, I want to come back at the end of the year because I've been back to back in 3 camps since the fight with the Brazilian guy. I've been in camp. So after this, I want to give my body a little bit of time to recover, my mind to recover, going on a little trips, like 4 or 5 trips across the globe, and then prepare for another contest.
Definitely, definitely. Now, I want to ask you about the Brazilian guy as well, because he put the belt on you at when you won the title, and then you took photos with Alex Pereira afterwards. Is there any animosity here, or what are your feelings toward Alex Pereira, a few years on?
Nothing. I'm cold. I'm stoic. I don't feel nothing for nobody. You know, it's pure business. You feel me? Pure business. And when he fought me, I was 21 years old. You feel me? I fought with a broken hand, and right now I'm 25. I'm still not in my prime, and I think that because of his age, he's 36, 37, I guess.
Yeah.
He's going to pass his prime right now. I think he has had his prime for a couple of years. For like 5 years, he had his prime, and as soon as you go to 37, 38, everything goes down a little bit. So yeah, let's see what he's doing in the future. I like that he's knocking out people in the UFC, so people can see that the stand-up guys can kill everybody.
No, absolutely love to see it, and I agree with you as well. But this is one thing we talked about the last time we spoke of. I'm so surprised how long you've been in Glory and how young you were when you joined the organization. Like, it's just insane that you were fighting Alex Pereira at 21. And here you are a few years later as the undisputed world champion. It's amazing to see. It's an amazing road to have. Looking back, how does all this success feel?
It was good. It felt extra good because we went through trials and tribulations. You know, I fell and I kept failing, and I'm a stubborn guy. I'm a very, very stubborn guy, and that's why I'm in the position where I'm at right now because I don't listen to nobody. People can tell me this, that, but if I know that I am that guy, I'm gonna show that I'm that guy, even if it takes me 10 losses, 12 losses. But I will show you or show myself that I'm that guy.
Awesome stuff, man. And let's round out with some predictions for Glory Collision 5. I'm going to ask you about the big main events aside from your own. Antonio Plazabot will be taking on Tariq Cookie Osaro. What do you see in this matchup for the interim heavyweight title?
Oh, hey, that's gonna be a thriller. That's gonna be a knockout. I think This one is not going past the second round. It's not. It's not. Because I know both guys. I know them very well. And they're going to throw bombs from the start. They're going to throw bombs from the start. I know. These guys are crazy.
They are former teammates, which changes the tone of the fight. How do you see it ending? Do you have a name in mind, or are you just going to play neutral?
I'm going to play neutral. I don't know. But I know it's going to be a knockout.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that they are teammates, I don't think they really care about that. I don't think so. On the line. And there's a lot on the line, you feel me?
Mm.
Undisputed title against Rico at the end of the year. And they won't have mercy for each other. I know that.
There is a lot on the line. We're gonna see Rico, right? Like, he's not just gonna go and make movies. We got to see him at least one more time, right?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know how his knee is going. If his knee is going good, he might come back. But if it was him, I wouldn't come back.
Yeah. The heavyweight division is coming for him, but let's talk about Donovan Visa looking to defend his title against the young and rising Serkan Ozkaglayan. What do you see in this one?
Nice fight. It's a nice fight. It's gonna be Serkan on knockout or Visa on points or knockout. Serkan is not going to outpoint Visa, never. He's not going to do that. Or he's going to knock him out, or he's getting knocked out or outpointed. So Visa is a little bit too slick. You know, he's a little bit too slick. Good head, good. He has good eye, a little bit slick. And Serkan just has power. You know, raw power.
Yeah, Donovan Visa is almost frustrating because he's so defensively sound. You can't get anything going against the guy, but Serkan throws bombs, so it should be a great one. And Andy Semelier versus Jay Overmir. This is a rematch from a few years ago. They fought in an infusion, and it should be a great fight. I'm really looking forward to the welterweight showdown. What do you make of it?
Ooh, yeah. I know that Jay is having knockouts lately. He's only been on knockouts lately. And from what I have seen from Semelier, he doesn't really have the knockout power. So I think Jay. Yeah. And I know Jay better than Semelier, you know. Jay's my homie, so I'm rooting for him.
Oh, yeah. Jay has some of the best training partners in the world. I mean, Jay's a good guy. I love Andy, though. Andy's super skilled, so we're all looking forward to it. It's going to be a great fight.
Good boxing, good eyes as well. Good eyes. Oh, head movement, left, right.
Well, that's the thing. When Andy, like, sometimes he's a little bit hard to watch because you get the feeling like, man, you're better than this. But when he enters the zone, Andy has like moments in this fight where you're like, holy crap, you are absolutely incredible. It's just sometimes he can't quite get to that zone. But Jay is just on all the time. So I'm looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice fight. To be honest, I should rather watch the event than fight myself, though I can see the other fights. This card is crazy. This card is really crazy. They have they did a good job. They did a very good job.
Oh, yeah. And you can watch it on June 17th, a Glory Collision 5. Donegi Abena, world champion. Last word goes to you. Shout out who you need to shout out. Thank who you need to thank. All that good stuff, sir.
I want to thank everybody who's with me. Check in next week. It's going to be a thrill and I'm a smooth criminal.
Looking forward to it. Best of luck in the match, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.